Check 1, 2. I think I'm on. Let me check. See if we're on Twitch. Oh yeah, baby. What's up? Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, baby. We rolling or what? Woo! Oh God, blood and the disco. Blood. I should have came back on with my my bear costume on. It's Halloween. I figured I would run the bear costume. I had like the shaver going, and I had the vacuum going. Had the hands on first. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Then I put the fucking mask on. Did they put the Cialis on? No. I did get laid yesterday morning while I was waiting. I had to do some. My daughter's car was all jacked up, and then my wife grabbed me on the side yesterday morning. It was kind of nice. I did hit some Cialis yesterday. I crunched up my mouth and just pounded some water. Okay. We're gonna look at it's now 2:08. You know what we'll do is, do you guys want to start with David AMS and then we can move into an outlook for next week? Or I think you guys kind of get it, right? If you look at the let's go look at this right here. We'll do this really quick, and then we'll do this really quick. And then you guys want to, if you get the briefs, you already know what's up. This is from the brief, basically, right down in here, and then something like this to the upside. You guys kind of get the gist, right? It's right over there. All right, see it. So right up here, and then the down move, then uppies in a way. Let me see if I can get David on. Let me DM him really quick and see. Remember too, when I'm doing this here, you know, this could take all the way into OpEx too. So it's time or price usually. You know, we could sit here and do this bullshit over here, you know, back up here and then down, you know what I mean? And back up here and then down. We could also sideways correct too, and then rise up. So we'll talk more about this in a minute with sharp corrections and sharp corrections and flat corrections, what they look like, how they evolve over time, and how this can evolve with it. Yeah, as I said, we were going down. I said that. I said it. I said risk off here. I said Levitt's coming on. Go risk off. Oh, you think it's because I'm on stream or buying dips and keeping the market higher? It's Jim James' fault. Goddamn 0-date traders. What's up, Arkansas Slaughter? What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. We'll check with David and see if he has any time. I just asked him inside of a DM on us on the Discord. Let me check. I'll go back to market chat. But you guys have been going to town in here. You guys have I've been working in the background on the stream here. I was having issues with and oh, by the way, out there, if you're watching right now, if you're watching right now, I am building. I started finally. Like, I looked it up when I was 3 different indexes. You got to watch all 3. And you can see right now we're being bought on that big gamma. So don't jump off the cliff just yet. We're not off the cliff yet. This can be a process too, even if we do it. So even if we do this right here, right? Even if we do this, this could be a process, right? Bears fuck this up all the time. Like you gotta you go down for the plunge, you gotta break through it, then you get sucked back up, and then you get the new low, and that's the real sell right there. That's the big sell for the correction. So remember your rules when you're. These are the times when you, especially if you're buy side. This is the times where you remember your rules because you can get sucked into the wrong. You can get on the wrong side of the trade at the wrong time, wrong place. So just be aware of that as we move forward here. We're in gospel music right now. Don't go swan diving yet, Bears. We're not quite there. You've done that before, and it hasn't been a pretty sight. This is a good trade to the downside, though. This is great. Closed out a bunch of gaps over here. We're going to come back up here and see if we can regain the hourly trigger. And you know what happens if we get the hourly trigger? We're buying the dip again, right? Remember your rules. Remember the videos that I have posted on the website. They're very, very important. Do not fuck with those rules. Those rules are based in experience and investigation for an edge. So they're not just me spouting off to you. Blah, 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 blah. This stuff works. Verifiably so. So it's not the internet. It's Streamlabs OBS. I've cut down my computer. I'm going to replace my computer here in the next couple weeks to rule that out. It's a very small chance it's my computer. But I am replacing it regardless. And I'm switching to Streamlabs. Oh, no, excuse me. I'm switching to OBS, which is a stripped down version of Streamlabs. Streamlabs is like, for me, it's good for me because it's out of the box. It works. I don't need to try anything beta, but it has a lot of bloatware within it. And that has updates. It was giving me problems this morning, and just now it gave me problems again. It was slow on startup when I wasn't running any compute in my computer. And it was on the fritz. But it's Streamlabs OBS for what we do. You got to remember that most streamers do in real life stuff. It's real small compute, or they're playing a video game on Xbox, and they restream that from another computer to a second computer that plays the video of the Xbox. What we do is completely different here. Like when you guys see what we're doing here, it takes a fuck ton of compute, a fuck ton. Like Bookmap's not like it's a resource hog. When we're Trading View, I've got it open and I've got it in revolving charts. You've got Trading View, 10 different instances that are constantly in real time. My uploads here are banging. They're baller. So it could be the computer and a mix of the computer and Streamlabs. But even so, if I upgrade the computer, Streamlabs will continue to be even more bloated over time. So I got to get away from it and get into OBS. But that shit takes like, when you're for where we are and what we do, for me to design that, probably 80 work hours, 2 weeks of 8 hours a day to get it where I need it to be. That's a lot of work. That's a fuck ton of work for everything else I have to do around here. So it's a shit ton of work. So I'm working on it right now in the background. We got some other cool stuff. We're working on a bunch of tools right now, and when we've worked on in the past, we've run into a lot of walls, and right now we're not. We're like reaching milestones. We might even have our own trading platform here shortly. It's possible, where we have like a legitimate trading platform. That's on the discussion board right now. I'm like launching that soon, like sooner than you think, where there's no more trading view at all, with your own gamma suites and cool shit like that. It's dope as fuck, but we're not quite there yet. Talk about it, rather not talk about it. But at any rate, so let me see if David can come on or not. Let me check my DMs really quick and see if he can. And until he responds, we're going to review next week. So we're going to start talking about next week and start talking about topping, what that looks like. Let me show you a prior instance of that. What that looks like when it happens. It looks very similar to this. So we want to look at 6,000 or 6,600, I think, right here. We want to look at this one right here. And this is important here. So I want to show you this. I want to show you this right here. Just this right here. So this looks familiar, right? What did we do here? We came up. We made that beautiful new high. That looks a lot like today, doesn't it? This looks like today, right? And then what did they do? They sent us packing, right? Hold on here. They sent us packing to the downside just like we did just now, right? And what was the outcome thereafter? Gone. Now, we could do the downside jackknife to the daily trigger and go higher, but this is a prime example. Here's one just recently. And I also want you to watch this 66 right here. And then I want you to watch the 6580 and see how we came down, we came down underneath, right? This is kind of where we are, and then we jackknife up again, fail the high, and then it's an immediate bloodbath down and then up again. Now, this could be played out a little bit longer. It could be time-based or price-based. Look at that again with me. You can do this at home, right? This is a 1-hour chart. Up here, this is where we were with the high today. They send us down and down underneath the hourly trigger. That's what we just went, right? Just a minute ago. We come back up here, fail the high, and then a bloodbath. Now, this could be time or price. So let me just show you that above, okay? And what was the result afterwards? Moonshot, right? So watch this closely here. Moonshot, moonshot, Yahoo, right? Hit 6,700, back down again. And let's look at where we are. So this is 6,700 right here. Looks similar, doesn't it? Down, up, down. In that prior case, it was, what was it? 50 or 60, 6580 was right here, 6580. So we go back up over here, fail it, right? And then this down move, we had a reason for it. We had, for it to be quick, was on the rate decision. But if we don't have any catalysts, you know, we could blood this and then start skyrocketing, right? So watch that closely. Up, down, start skyrocketing. Or we can go down there, hit the daily trigger, and then skyrocket, right? So you want to be watching for dips to buy in the hourly trigger. And you want to be watching for a plunge from daily or hourly trigger and then back up again, right? So you're like dip buying here, or down there. Don't get too crazy with the downside move yet, is what I'm saying to you. Does that make any sense to you? If it doesn't, I can show it to you. I just showed it to you, and you can see this price action at home Go to SPX and look at the breach of 6,600. And this price action looks very similar. Now, the only thing I would say here would be that we don't have the same catalysts for the plunge as we did with the rate decision. We don't have that catalyst, do we? Or at least yet we don't. So this could be time-based and not price-based. Could be price-based, could blast down there, get our daily trigger, we're off and running again. Or not, it fails, right? You end up not getting the rate cut, we blast underneath the daily trigger, and before you know it, we're correcting. So, do you guys understand this? Please tell me that you do. If you don't, I'll walk you through it, of course. Now let's go look at price action. So we know where the high is. It's right up here, right? So if you were going to roll, what are you looking for? I just showed it to you, right? You're going to be looking for a return to the scene of the crime. And you're going to be looking for a failure in here, right? If you get that failure, we could probably want what? Would you buy puts here? I wouldn't. You'd want to see the new low underneath the hourly trigger, right? And you probably want to be underneath that hourly trigger on SPX too, right? So let's look at that on this really quick. Let's go look at this. We'll show you the bearish outcome. So I'm going to move this out of here. I'll just get rid of it. We can come. I'll put this back in. I already know it's there. But so what are you looking for here? You're looking for, on a short-term basis, you're looking for the return to the scene of the crime up here and the failure, right? And then you'd be looking for the new low down here, right? But see this minor gamma support? You didn't get the new low underneath the hourly trigger yet, did you? So there's a little bit of trickiness in there, isn't there? So you're going to look for an actual low here. Then that one right there. If you see that one, you're Johnny on the spot as a seller. Okay. And another interesting note here is that the gamma flip is here. So if you're looking for a downside move, the meat of the trade is here. This is where the highest probability of success is. It's like 85% chance of print. Now, when we get down, if we get down here, if we can get this low, you close out your short or your long puts or long put spreads or whatever. And then you'd start the process anew. So you're closed. You're not doing the FOMO. You're not listening to some fucking prick down here saying it's going to keep going down. You know, screaming in the chat and shit. Now, if you're down here, you're closed. You took your 85% and you see the new low. As we come here, you'd get short again. And that's where once you're like, bam, there's a little bit of extra money. And then we're buying that with stops. And if it turns back up again, no big deal. You start kind of the same process up here, down here. We're not there yet, so we're still in buy the dip. And not only are we in buy the dip, but even right now, from that prior action I showed you, I go to the trigger screen. For that prior action that I showed you, you're going to expect a return to the scene of the crime. Okay? You're going to expect the return to the scene of the crime. Okay? And watch this trade here. And this can squeeze up and over even the half an hour or the half an hour trigger for some liquidity before a roll to the downside. Now, we did tell you on the show right in here, I think. Yeah, right here we said go risk off. Whenever Levitt came in, I said go risk off. And you guys did go risk off. Nice little plunge down there, right on. So nobody should be blown up. I told you on stream, go risk off. You can go back to when Levitt started talking. And I said, get out of here. She's the only volatility we have right now. is Caroline Levitt. There's no other data, so there it is. There's a chance to blow off. She was the source of that that volatility. You got to be patient here. It's a process, so have that patience. Don't be that. Listen to me closely here. I'm being serious here. This is no more shit talking. Do not. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just don't listen to fucking bears. Don't. They'll take all your money. Just don't. No offense to you if you're a bear out there. Just don't. You want to be a good sell sider? Listen to guys like me or David or whomever that trades both sides and can see both sides. If they're just like pure bear, don't bother. It's not you'll get eaten alive. You'll be like buying puts when you should be selling puts. You guys get what I'm saying? I'm being serious here. Okay, so let's look back on expectations for the weekend. And we're going to delete all of this really quick just to give you guys a rough outline of what to expect. Remove 21 drawings. Cool. And we're going to set you up for success over the weekend. It's a beautiful little drop right here, right? We've got a great high up here at 672.61. We're going to snap a line above right up top at 675. And this isn't like, hey, we're definitely have to go there. We know that we're in a distribution of some kind up here. Well, it's actually started back there, but it's the same shit I showed you earlier. So we do have a potential top, though I think it could easily go up here. We don't know yet, though, do we? So we have a bunch of information we need. And how big can that drop be is more important. Too, right? So let's start. We got the 675 up there. We got a mark top. We don't know if that's top, but we're going to mark it for now. And we're going to first look at the daily basis and look at velocity for the whole market here and see where we are. We're still early in the month here, still early in the quarter. We're starting a new quarter here to try to get this last little budge up here. We do need to blow some of this off. We can go up here and then down, but on a quarterly basis, we may have one more good quarter left in us. If we don't have a major correction, we might have one more good quarter. That's now into December, and even that roll could take into February. So that's still fine right now. This same thing over here. We can see some turbulence in here. Weekly is fine right now too, even with a little bit of turbulence. We can do turbulence in there. We are maxing out on daily right now. That's a little long in the tooth for my liking. This matches up for a major top incoming, if you want to know, of some kind to blow off some steam. So we see that. We know that that's there. We're going to go to the 30-minute here. Everything looks normal. Well, within expectations. Because we do predict the goddamn future. That's a fact. Quite well, I'll add. This 15-minute looks like it's bullish right now. Half an hour looks bullish. And the hourly is fine too. You see it right here. The hourly is just fine. It is putting in a series of new lows. That is concerning to me. So if we begin to roll underneath that hourly trigger, you know, we got to start getting cautious, right? We already know that we're breaking above into a new trading zone and that we can swing lower to buy those dips. Not only that, there's one more thing to say to you here. Let me go back down here. And because we are above 67 or 65, let me just get rid of that. Because we are above here, right? 6,700 right here. This one right here. This is supportive. So even though I'm talking bearish to you, it's only bearish to get long. So this is extremely bullish. So you're going to expect that to be bought. You're going to be expecting this to be bought. You're going to be expecting even if you get a whiplash wick, you're going to expect that to be bought to trade this. Okay? And this is the zone that we're trading here. And we, as you know, when we're in something like this, you can have little, you know, downs and little ups. So this is the zone that we're trading. It's extremely bullish that we're up here. So there's no cause for concern yet, any of that kind of stuff. Don't get crazy. I know you guys get fucking crazy. PT1, PT2, PT3. We hit PT2, didn't we? Here's PT2. And then we got PT3, of course, up here. Target, right? PT3. I'm going to write it out for you. We've hit PT1. We've hit PT2. Come down. You know, and even if we swing down there, we're still working on this PT3. So there's nothing here that's like truly horrible. So you can look at that if you want. Trigger screen. Go back over here. And we're gonna start, which I haven't done with you guys in a little while, but there's been a reason for not doing this, is because we're in an uptrend, and I know where we're going before I kind of know where we're going before we even get there. So yeah, I feel confident about that. Pretty fucking confident. And we have gone there. So let's look at this here. We're going to mark this one right here. Even though there's some other swing lows in here. I think this is enough. This is your weekly trigger, that's 617. Do I think we're going here? No. And even if we do, as the months pass, this will rise up. So this would actually be higher. But for right now, we're in the first month, so we'll leave that there. We should probably look at it just to have some market awareness. I don't normally show monthlies too frequently unless they're really tight. We're going to go to a week. And so we're not going to concern ourselves with any of these weeks here just yet. We're not going to look at any of that. What is really important here, though, is this week right here. This is important. And here's your first one right here. We're going to mark that right there. And we're going to look at this cluster here. We're going to look at this cluster right here. This is very important. So when you're looking at what's going on over here, it's push, right? Down, push, up, down, right? Push. This is a lot of work in here, right? And then you eventually pop up. Whoop, daisy, whoop, 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 right? This is important in here, isn't it? Right? And what we don't want to do is lose, we don't want to lose like 80% of that candle right there. We don't want to lose, if we lose 80% of that, we're going to come down here and then check that candle. You know, you start like erasing this candle and it's like the door is now open. You don't have to go down there, but the door is open to start sweeping this candle. And all of a sudden you're hitting that one and then you're getting the big squeeze up here. And it's like, oh, fuck no. This is how you kind of predict shit, right? Like we hit that, we took almost that candle right there. That's all that support right there. And that kind of gives you the oh my God, here we go to the downside. So we got to know this stuff. This is pretty important stuff right here. And what is important about this here would be, for me at least, would be a white line right in here somewhere, or about there. We'll make that one white. We just want to be aware of that because this opens up a whole fucking door to down here and some weekly candles down here. Gets really messy down there, doesn't it? And that's 647.76. This looks correct. We've talked about how the market is attempting right now to close the door on the 60s. and the 50s. Close the door in the 50s, close the door in the 60s. So what matters about this week is that we're in what day? It's Friday. It's Friday. Where we close today will impact next week, won't it? So if we're putting together a new week, we have this week right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So your prior week implies what's going to happen next week, doesn't it? It implies it, right? So you've got this candle right here matters, doesn't it? This is your Friday candle from last week. And you're putting together, or sorry, yeah, I think I got that right. Monday, Tuesday, right there. Oh, no, I'm on the wrong one here. God damn it, I'm the wrong one. Well, I'm doing this wrong. I'm counting the candles wrong because I'm on a week here. Let's go back. Let's go to a day really quick. These are weeks. I'm on weeks, not days. So let's go over this one right here. And this is what matters here for the week, for the next weekly candle to go up here. You got Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. You got a down week in here. So we're going to look at the next one here, right? We're going to come in here and we're going to put in 2, 3, 4, 5. We got this one right here for a day. We got this one in here for a day. And remember this weekly candle right here, right? You got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Here's another one. Thursday, Friday right here. Right here's the Friday one, right? And you don't want to give back more than Friday, do you? So you don't want to give back more than, maybe Thursday. Where's Thursday? Right there. You don't want to give back any more than that. Right? Let's look at up here. We've got Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? So we don't want to give back any of that. We want to stay on that one right there for this upcoming next week. This will turn into a weekly, won't it? This will eventually turn into a weekly in here. This will turn white. This will turn green. This will be the big W in here. And then you've got Friday, right? So you can sweep Friday, sweep Thursday lows of the prior week, last week, right? Now we've got this week's Thursday, Friday, don't we? So you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we want to snap what? Let's snap this in here, don't we? That's Thursday or Friday of this week will be next week. This will be this prior week's Thursday, Friday, right? And I think I'm doing that right. I might be mumbo jumbo in a little bit of this. So we're going to snap a line here. And we're going to kind of do this as a week right here. We're not in the week yet, but we're going to be next week. So there's a W. It's a daily right now. And this will be a W. This will be a W here, and this will be white when the close of this week. Even though this isn't here yet, we're gonna pretend that we're already in next week. So we're gonna make that a W right there for next week. We have some weakness in velocity, or it's a little top-ish in velocity right now. It's supportive, but it's kind of dangerous right now. So we want to pay very close attention to two things today. We want to pay very close attention to the closing price. Are we closing on a high or not? Are we closing on a new low or not? We also want to think about the open for next week. So see how, and don't worry about these shooting star candles either. These shooting star candles have been wrong more times than I can count. They're not really these shooting star candles like this. You see anything like that in there? Something like that. Could be like this. But when you see those candles, they haven't been doing what they're supposed to be doing for about, I want to say 2 or 3 years. Could be longer. They used to be a very good indicator as to future performance in the market. They're not anymore. We're in a day candle right now, so we're gonna look at this. And before changing anything, before leaving where we are right now, you do not want to see a new low, of course, in the day. We have the intraday high, but you don't want to. You would really want to see like a new high. That would be very bullish for next week. But we're not there yet. It's only 2:42 in the afternoon. We don't know what the rest. What we're gonna know here in a minute, but we don't know right now, do we? So we have some very good information. So let's say we close in a low today and wake up Monday morning and we're down here. That's bad, isn't it? That looks bad, don't it? So you come back Monday, Tuesday, and you're like, oh, shit, Cap, we're sweeping Friday's price action and we're sweeping Thursday's price action of last week. That opens the door to start cleaning out all this shit down here, right? But we're not there yet, so there's no point in it, is there? Just say, no, Cappy, there's no point. Just say, I agree with you, Cap, okay? But we need to know this information for next week. We'll leave that up for now. For the moment, we'll leave that up. Make that small down there. And this is where party time is, right? Our party time is down here, right? You start inferring that we're closing on weak highs and new lows on a Friday. Wake up on Monday, Tuesday, and they do, what does Jedi Marcus say for Monday? Like Monday, and then turn around Tuesday, that kind of shit. What the fuck, Wednesday? So if you see this like start creeping down on Monday, Tuesday, start getting that leg, don't we? So this is how we're going to look at next week. This looks pretty good, right? You want to snip that for yourself at home? You can. We're going to look at a 4-hour basis next. Now, this is not a week yet, but it will be. And we get some more information, don't we? We're going to look here at the 4-hour. And we're going to snap a line down here on this one, too. So let me just take a peek here. Week. I would say this is higher. Let me check here. That's right about, it's in there. It's like here, I think. It's somewhere in here. I want to say it's here. I want to say it's right there. I think it's right there. Remember, I'm doing this on a fly here in real time. I'm not going to do any big measuring just yet. There's a 4-hour. This is Friday, Thursday. We have another 4-hour right here. This is good to see. Put a 4-hour right here. This is positive. And we've got this 4-hour right here that's indecisive just yet, right? And this is Thursday, Friday, right? This is Friday, Friday, Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. Excuse me. Thursday, Thursday. 4 hours. Wednesday right here. Hold on here. Thursday, 8 a.m. Yeah, this all works. This is all fine here. This is actually looking pretty set up to be, make that one yellow because we don't know. Put that as a 4 in there. And when we come back on Monday, Tuesday, we don't want to see that, do we? This is still part of the same A here. And this setup right here is the same setup when we approached 6,600. Yeah. So when we approached 6,600, what we did in that instance was we came back up here. We failed. And then we jackknifed down. But we didn't break. We got real close, I think. I remember I was like, the door's open, but we're not doing it. Like the ability to do that. And then we hit the rate decision, and it was just big wick buying in here. We actually went up here and then we went up there. So this is all you need to know right now. This is it. So what we're going to do here on this time frame here is we're going to look at a 1 hour next. So we're on a 1 hour here, right? We know what we need to know for next week, right? And what I want to show you here is if you get the briefs from me, this is going to be a lesson in how to read the briefs. Okay? Maybe a lesson right now on how to read the briefs that show the projections. So this is a great time to do it. It's perfect fucking time. So this is what we're going to look at here. Our target is right here. This is our target. Roughly in here. I know there's a changes. I know they're different on SPY, SPX, and this is our target. This is your PT1 or PT3, excuse me. We already hit 1, right? We already hit 2, didn't we? Now this would be PT2 right here on SPY. Leave those over there. We don't care about these right now. We'll just leave them over there. This is a visual representation for you. So we've got the 4, the weekly, the 4. We can't lose this right here. I would prefer to see us, for the upside move, I'd prefer to see us fail this up here. For next week, come down here into this Thursday, Friday price action right here. And somehow like wick, and then we're up and moving. Okay? Like that. That's what I want to see. That's the impediment is that we do that. So you're still like buy the hourly trigger with stops. And if we lose it, you take the stops, you go down here, and then you buy the hourly trigger again. And then we're trading 480. Right? So we're going to think about all that right now. This is 12 p.m. down right here, 1300 down. Take that top tick right there. Turn that up. This is almost like earlier today, right? It's going to go something like this. Friday close, Monday open. We're about there. My expectation is up into Monday. Right there. Tuesday at 1600. On here. Don't worry, I'm going to show you something else in just a minute here. Hold on. I'll explain this better to you here in just a minute. Okay. Get rid of that right there. This is your expectation for next week. Shocker, right? Showed you this big downside move. That's your expectation. I'm going to show you something else here. I'm going to overlay it with a second outlook. There's your 680. This is here, right? This is over there. This is unknown. Okay. Actually pull this down if you want. Nope, that'd be right about there. So this is the actual expectation. Now I'm going to show you the bearish expectation. Okay, this is why you can't fuck around with this here. I'm going to show you the bearish expectation that isn't proven yet. And I want to show it to you. How do I show this to you? Down here. And then down right in there. Hold on here. Now, and this would go back up again. Right up there. Now, the reason I'm explaining this to you, or the reason I'm showing you this is because we're still in buy the dip mode. And what I want to show you here is this right here. I want to show you this right here. And I want to show you this right here. And I want to show you this right here. And why I want to show you this. I think I can do this here. I'm hoping I can do this live with you guys. So you might be saying, you might get a brief from me that shows something that is, right now you'd get a brief from me that shows this trade right here. You wouldn't see this whole trade here in a brief from me right now. But let's say we go up here and you see the failure of a new high. Or it goes over, you don't care, do you? You're going to trade this and take the money before you ever get there. Or if you're adding for higher, you've been adding from down below. So you can add to your position here if you want. Let's say we come down here. You can add to your position again. And it's all in service of hitting. It's all in service of hitting that 680. Does that make sense? This is all in service of hitting that, right? If you're already long from down here, like, hey, Cap, I bought the dip here. Hey, Cap, I bought the dip here. This is where the FOMO gang lives, right? Oh, we're getting up here, bro. But you're already long down here. If they roll, let's say they roll us all the way down here, you're still a buyer. So this group of buyers would be buyers right here. Right? This group of buyers right here. If this is them, you'll expect them to step in right here, right? So you'd be looking for these buyers to show up right here. And this is why if you don't have any exposure, why you're looking for this, because these guys go, oh yeah, you know what? We're going to go up there. Right? So we're going to go up there, and then all of a sudden we're up there and we're off and running. So we're in by the dips still. And ultimately, the target is what? Get rid of that. So ultimately, the target is where? All right, sorry, this was supposed to go up here. This is your actual thing is go up here, make a new high. If you get the new high, what are you going to expect? A slam down, and then you're going to expect this right here, right? Right? And if you get the new high here, what happens? Back down, and you go that one, right? So what does all of this ultimately service? This right here, right? 680. Make sense? So this goes away for right now. This goes away for right now. And you're not going to get a brief from me that tells you that we're going down here. We're not underneath the daily or the hourly trigger yet with a new low, are we? We haven't failed this yet, have we? No. So the expectation for where we are today in this hour is what? Here's your 1 hour. This low right here did clean out most of this here. But this is Thursday at 9, right? Thursday at 9 a.m. So we're going to, right now, expect what? Failure right here. Right? We'll sweep back down next week and try to, remember, see this candle right here? See this Thursday, 9 a.m.? We're going to sweep down into this one right here. Right? And still be fine. Here's your weekly right here. And then we're going to look for what? This up into Friday, right? Let's go look at next week. This is Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's right, fuckers. I know what's up. So there it is right there, right? Now, do I think it takes into Friday? Probably not. What about Thursday? Normally it's Thursday, right? Right up in there. And we're also looking for the bump up and then the close up here on Friday, right? We don't know if we'll get there, but there's your PT2. We're reining it a little bit. And we also know that we get turnaround Wednesdays sometimes, don't we? So we'll move this over a little bit over here. Tuesday, 1600. Right about there. We're going to push this one over right here. Make that a 1 so it's not so obscene. So this is your expectation for next week. Right here. And I'd really like to see just that last little tick. I'd really like to see it. Now, can we recover today? Let's say we recover, we do this in here on Monday, and we wake up on Monday. Whoop. Right, big old screen up. There's your bigger trade down. And then you're going to expect these buyers to come in on Tuesday, Wednesday, and ramp this higher, right? So this price action into the close matters, doesn't it? Let's say we close on a low in here. And they start selling us down to the bell over here. I can adjust this before 4 p.m. If that's the case, we would expect what on the weekend? Up here and then down here, right? Or not that far down. I mean, it can go this far, but that's the expectation right there. This is the Thursday low. We'll draw that in for you if you want. This is Thursday, 10 a.m. These fuckers right here. I actually expect them to buy this. This is actually what I expect them to buy right here. Do that one right there. We can get fancy with it if you want. We'll make it really nasty in there. I don't normally draw them like this because it's stupid, but you get the gist, right? Put this one Tuesday, 1600, right about there. Clean it up a little bit. So you're a buyer of dips here. You do buy this dip here. You want to be told that it's down. There's your next layer to buy right here Monday morning. Whammo, right? If this begins to fail down here, we also know there's this bullshit down here. But the greater point here is what? How do you become sell side in this? If you're like, Cap, we're going all the way down here. How do you become sell side in this? You kind of need to what? Kind of need to blast down, start making some new lows, don't you? A lot of work in here, isn't there? And even then, by the time you get down here, you are where? Daily trigger. So a whole lot of like work on sell side, isn't there? A whole ton of work, right? We can come back up here into the. We can come back up in here, and if you're like a seller, you can say, "All right, we're holding this down now. This is actually where we're going to sell it right here." This is what the bears do, right? And we're going to roll this fucker down. We're going to go up here, roll this fucker down. There's a lot of work for bears, isn't it? You can see it, right? There's a shit ton of, there's a lot of reason here for us not to go down, right? So you're by the dipper still. And I would even posit that you're by the dipper down here. We're not sell side research until we're underneath this kind of a thing with new lows. There's a lot of work to be done, isn't there? So for sellers, I'm going to tell you again, like I told you earlier, which is fucking don't be a seller. You can make money here and there, hitting runs and shit, but if you're committed to like, this is it, this is the top, they're going to crash, you got so much time, and you got so much work that needs done. And even if this was the top up here, and we're looking at that trade down there, the real juice of this trade is like fight. Real juice of this trade is like there. That's the bear trade that they're talking about. That's the one that the top callers talk about. This is where the money is. But to get there is brutal. It's fraught with problems. And it hasn't worked. Hasn't worked. All the way back to February. So you got to be really careful in here on sell side is my point. Now the 2.5% thing. Let's talk about that really quick. This is important. This is the 10th, right? This is the Friday the 17th over here. Even if you get that 2.5%, whether it's from right here, it's still by the dip. If we trade up here, and this is what we've been doing to people, is you trade up here, and then your 2.5%. This is where bears been getting fucked. 2.5% is now right here. So here's your OpEx, right? This is where bears are getting annihilated. I'll just show you how it's happening. So we're coming down here. All right, we're coming down into this area here. And then they're super ramping us up to their OpEx. Watch this fucking closely. And then you'll have a bear say, maybe we'll get an unclench on Vixpiration and OpEx. And what happens is you're getting like the VIX expiration unclench, then you're getting the OPEX unclench, and no matter what happens, you're not low enough. And then we're up into November. So what happens is you get the ragdolling takes place in here. And we can tell right now in this next week how this will play out or not. We'll know this like Monday, Tuesday of this week into OPEX. So if they ragdoll your ass and take you up here, and now your daily trigger is over here, and you're coming into, you know, your unclench is not enough, and you're looking into November now, and they've blown off some volatility, they've blown off the VIX, and this is how you get up into November. And then you come back down into these bad flows into, this is the 5th, and you're still on trend. You made the new high, you back tested the daily trigger, and then it's whoop. And you can start looking at fucking 6,900. And then you start looking at 7,000 for December. And you've got all these fucking buyers back here from, this is the last FOMC meeting. And before you know it, you're in rate cuts for November, December. I mean, I'll show you the path higher. And then you're in November, you know, your rate cut crew that's over here. And even if you, and they're pricing in a cut, but let's say they don't get a cut. You know, now you're trading 6,900. In November, right? Now you're trading all this. And even if you don't get the cut and you get the knee-jerk downside move, whoop, whoop, whoop. They took away that cut here. And you're still off and fucking running to 7,000 into December, January, February. Like, they're stacking so much shit against you as a seller, it's not even funny. If you can't see this, I can. I can see it without even drawing it out. It's like right in my fucking face that they're closing the fucking door on you. So we're going to know this farther down the road. It doesn't matter right now. None of this matters. None of this shit matters over here. None of this shit matters over here. And we'll know if we're going to hit this 680, I think, next few days. Wednesday of this week, we should know. Now, when I showed you all this stuff down here, right, you do see how eventually we come back here, right? So if you're trying to put that quarterly trade on for the next quarter, you're just waiting for that moment. You know, like, do we go up here, trade 80 into OPEX, and then they're jackknifing us down, let's say. And if you haven't already put your quarterly trade on, you still have time to do that, even in October. You should have that chance to, whether it's now or it's later, put that quarterly trade on, because there's even bigger arrows going up. So, you know, this is the expectation right now for us into tomorrow, okay? And this is exactly how we traded when we traded 6,600. Now, if something changes, I'll let you know. You want to snip that for yourself at home? There you go. I gave you the ins and outs of everything that could happen. I literally just, if you go back and watch this show, I just gave you the entire map off the top of my head, it took me what, 20 minutes? It took me 30 minutes to go over this with you. And I didn't prepare. I didn't do any research. I didn't do anything else. And this is the map. And if anyone tells you it's not, stop talking to them. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm telling you right now. That's not ego. I know for a fucking fact they don't know what they're talking about. They could have like little things like, oh, it's here, it's it's here, it's not here, but this is the map. And when the map changes, I'll let you know. I always do, right? That's how we get into a new brief, right? So right now, this brief is still valid, isn't it? I'll write you one, of course, over the weekend. I'm going to release to you the, over the weekend, you're going to get the entire quarter outcome or expectation, and that'll include all this other crap that I deleted just now. You're going to get every little place that you can look for to execute that trade. And if it unravels, we know where it unravels, don't we? We know, just from what I showed you, when and how we become risk off. And it's underneath the daily trigger, isn't it? So you make this big plan for the quarter, and you wake up one day and you get that, Kansas City sell lot or something. That fucking Kansas City sell lot has to be where? That MES sell has to be like here, doesn't it? Wham. It really does. And then you need to have a second, don't you? Wham. And it should be like that. If we're going to crash, that's what it should look like. It's literally something like that. So if you have some kind of Kansas City sell lot like that, don't freak out. What they'll do is they'll bring it back up again. They literally give you an exit every time. So your daily trigger comes up like this, right? And what they do is they'll bring you a green candle in here. This will be the exhaustion candle from bulls. This will be green. And this is your exit right here. Sometimes all the way up here, right? There's your double top now, right? This is your actual exit candle. Get off the bus, bro. Get off the bus. We're going risk off. And then we take that big trade down here. And I got to tell you guys something. I'm watching this fucking weekly here. Sometimes this can be good and bad on this, but let's say they make it really hard and fast. You'll still get that green candle. It'll literally go ramp right back up again. That's called stretching price. Daily triggers not following. Anyways, you don't need to know that shit right now, but don't get all fucking excited because this is still a buy the dip operation if they did it like that. If they did it like this, it wouldn't be a buy the dip operation. It was nice and slow. And you get like the slow roll. But we're not there yet, so don't get all crazy. There's nothing saying that's going to happen. Nothing. No price action. No velocity. Velocity is a little long in the tooth, but velocity is, you know what velocity is speaking to right now? A blow off top. Like velocity into December is saying, we're fucking going up. Velocity in September is saying, slam this, slam that for 90s, and then slam that into December. This is the setup. If there was another setup, we would be looking at it. So, you need this setup to turn into big, red, yellow things, big red things, and price underneath it. And we're not there. You don't see that on this chart. So we're not there right now. So for now into this close, pretty good, right? I think that was pretty close to what we're expecting there. You're going to expect this buy. You don't know what this is going to be. We don't know in this close if we're creeping under here to do this yet. We don't know. We just know the buyers stepped in again. The impetus is to not do the new high or even tick it and then come back down. These guys will become buyers actually slightly higher. I said right here, but it's a little bit higher. It's it depends on how it goes, like right there. But we'll take the sweep for Thursday. We could easily turn around. Easily turn around. We could easily go up here, hit a new high, and turn around and start rimming. That's why we're buyers of the dip. You should not be trying to sell that down all the way down there. There's no requirement that we go down there. There's no requirement that we go down here. This is buying price action. That's what it is. I do not recommend, I'm going to tell you guys, I do not recommend being a seller here unless you're a fucking badass trader. And you can work within these smaller things. If you can't, don't fuck with it. Just buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. It's the easiest thing that you can do right now. Cool? Let's go back to a 1 minute. Easiest thing you can do right now. Now, if you're looking for like, hey, Cap, where do I buy the dip? I showed it to you. Your next dip buy would be next week. Early week. I'll show it to you again right here. So you got another one right here. Another chance right here. It's probably higher, but we could go deeper. We'll look for this nice little stretch move next week. Monday, Tuesday, maybe get a little blood or something. And we'll pay very close attention to this close right here. You want to watch the price action in here for the close. I know they're scaring you, right? You're all scared. Don't be. This is where the buyers live, not the fucking FOMOers. The buyers eat this shit up. I think that's a 1 hour up there. This is what the seller's looking for right here. $100. Buyer of dips. If we turn into sellers of rips, I will let you know. We ain't there yet. You're looking, I would go, if it was me, if you want to know what I would think about today, this close, you can be risk off into Tuesday, Wednesday, look for a dip to buy. I think that's the best trade here. You guys are always asking what the best trade is. I don't care about that upside move. I don't care if we wake up on Monday and we're up on, I don't care if we're up here. I don't care about that up there. Let's go risk off, hang out. Don't worry over the weekend. Don't be like, this setup here is like, you just go risk off, wait till Tuesday, Wednesday. And you don't need that money up there. You're just looking to buy dips to trade 680, the best dip you can get. There's probably a lower dip to buy to trade that 680. There's plenty of time. There always is. So for trades for the weekend, I wouldn't be short here, and I wouldn't be long here. I'd just be like, just hang out. Enjoy your weekend. Jerk off over the weekend. Fuck a guy. Fuck a girl. Fuck many guys. Fuck many girls. Whatever it is you do, go to church. Enjoy your weekend. Leave this stuff, like the doom shit, leave that to the fucking doomers. Don't ever live like that. I realize some people enjoy living like that, but you'll have an early fucking life. Just hang out, have a good time. There's so much bad shit in the world that you don't have to make time for that other bad shit in your life. You just be there when I tell you to buy, okay? Cool? Understand? Now, for the rest of you deranged lunatics, your degenerates and your Bobby Badass traders, I don't know about a trade here, futures, but I hate being long futures and weekend happens and something bad happens. You could get fucked if you're long. For sell side, let's say you want to sell the weekend. I think the same thing in the inverse. Like you wake up with a fucking dildo up your ass on 9:30 in the morning and you're like, oh God, margin requirements, email, all that kind of shit. So even for sell side, I think that there's a little bit of risk here. And even if you would have been right on Monday, you got to deal. Maybe put spread might work for you. But it's not an edge. In my view, it's not an edge for you. I think we can go down there. I think the edge lies in the buyer down there, not in selling into it. We're just not there right now. We're not in sell the rip. If we were in sell the rip right now, I'd be like, fucking sell this weekend all day long. Fuck that noise. The input, or maybe not, but yesterday it would have been like that. So it's just not there for a seller yet. You got buyers everywhere just waiting to buy any goddamn dip they get. Okay, does that make sense? You guys have any questions? You guys have any questions? Yeah, Moogle, go to church, man. Do your thing, man. If all of you out there, if you're south side, right? If you're a bear, listen to me. If you're really a bear and you want that, like, that fucking rush, we're not there yet. I'm sorry that we aren't. If we get those two big fucking sell bars at some point, that shit is on, guys. If you're on sell side and you're looking for that, I'll be right there with you selling it. So we're just not there yet. And I apologize that we're not. And when people out there tell you that we are, don't listen to them. I mean, I looked at some fucking guys last week. Like, these guys have mega fucking followers. They have like slick graphics. They got everything is cool as fuck. They sound like they know what they're talking about. These fucking guys have been wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong. We've been beating their asses all year. We beat their asses and call them the roll in February. We beat their fucking asses all the way up here. I had to fight through all kinds of bearish feelings all year long in the summer to know that we're going to go up and higher. It has not been easy trading this year for me. And I pay attention like a fucking hawk to this stuff. You don't think that I am. You guys see my face on a camera. I fucking eat this shit 24 hours a day. I eat this shit no matter what I'm doing, no matter where I'm going, no matter what. I'm constantly thinking about this stuff so that you don't have to. And I think I do a pretty good job of it. So take your weekend. This is a weekend to go relax, go hang out. And beware all these motherfuckers out there telling you like moon or telling you you crash. This setup here is buy the dip to go higher. And there's likely even a better dip to trade 680, excuse me. I'm thinking about Tesla right now. So that's the plan for the weekend. Chill out, relax, don't do anything. I hope that helps you over the weekend. I hope this show helps you. If you can please like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. If you're a free member, like, a subscribe. Make a comment on the YouTube video, not the chat. Captain Jim James sucks. He's a bear. I watched him shave, or I heard him shaving himself on the show today. If you're on Twitch, let your friends know what we do here. It's a free fucking show. You don't pay shit. There's absolutely no reason not to support it in that way. If you see me on Twitter sometimes, I do a lot of shit posting there. I put a lot of true stuff there, and then I do a lot of shit posting. Defend me out there if you can. If you see trolls and stuff, tell them to fuck right off. And I appreciate that when you do that for me out there. Tell your friends. I mean, this is legit. I wish I had this. I wish I had some guy tell me this every fucking day so I could go fuck off myself and take a weekend off and not worry and shit and know that guy's got something that he knows what's up. So, and I do this for you to enjoy your lives, not worry. I'm here for you. I care about you. So, I don't know. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. It's not quite 4 p.m. right now, but have a fucking wonderful weekend. Get ready for not Christmas, for Halloween. Get your costumes ready and shit. If you don't celebrate that shit, I understand. Some of you guys think it's. I think it's secular now. I don't think Halloween is Christian at all. I think it's like an American, or or in our country, it's turned into a very secular holiday. So I think anybody can do that shit, unless you're under the thumb of somebody that says you can't. Whatever mama doesn't know, I won't tell her. Put on a costume or something, chase some tail around town. And what else? I got a few production notes here for you guys. I am working on a new thing. I'm working on a computer. We are diligently working on some tools for you. I mean, I'm actually testing some of these tools out. What else I have for you guys? Halloween weekend or week. I may not be here. I will still stream. So I'm going without my wife and children. Due to that, the stream will still be up and I will be on it. So we will continue to stream through Halloween, but I am spending a week. I think could be 2 days, 3 days, but it might be a week. I have to go to New York City and meet some people. It's business stuff. Halloween week. I think it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's not a vacation. My wife and kids aren't coming. I'll be alone in the city for most of it. So I'll set up a streaming setup. My wife will set up my office here for me and I'll remote access everything. You've seen me vacation in the past, not have that ability. Normally she's with me. This isn't vacation, it's work. But I will be in New York City. I'll be there for the parade and on the Lower West Side and stuff. And I think I'm going to be on the Upper West Side too to meet some people. And then I might even meet up with I talked to what's her name? What's her fucking face? She just got a new job though, so I don't know if she'll meet up. But if you're in New York City, is my point. I chatted with Agent Bubblegum. She showed me a place in New York City to go hang out at a Detroit bar, but I think it's on the Upper East Side. But anyways, we're gonna if you're in New York City, I may have some free time. I might wind up being there like 5, 6, 7 days. And I don't have anybody there. I'll be there with, I don't know if I'll be there with Joe Donut. I might be there with Joe Donut. Chris might be there. Doggone It might be there. And so if you're going to be in New York City during Christmas, during Halloween, I will be there in the city, barring anything tragic happening. You know, I'll be there in the city for about a week. I'll hang out. I'll do some video shit too. We'll go to the street and we'll look at the bull and shit, and we'll go to the Federal Reserve, that kind of cool shit. So if you're interested in that, I will be there for Halloween for about a week. And I like to eat, and I like all the cool shit. And I used to live in New York long time ago, but I haven't lived there and I haven't been there in many years. So it's nice to be heading back into the city. So that's just some house cleaning and stuff like that. Make you aware of that. You'll still get briefs. Anything else? I think that's it. Happy fucking Friday out there. You guys like that bullshit? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me try to call David right now. Shit, I missed David. Let me see if he answers. He might have went to bed. He's up late right now. Let me see if he's here. Shit, I missed him. Fuck. Oh, wait a minute. Here he is.
Yeah, man. How are you?
Hi, sexy. How you doing?
I'm good. And you?
I'm outstanding. Do you want to do video or just voice?
Voice.
Okay.
I have a lot of papers on my desk.
No worries, my brother.
So.
We just miss your beautiful face.
Well,
let's start here. How are you doing? David AMS is here with us, by the way. If you have any questions, start thinking about them. David, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Had a rough couple of weeks, but other than that, good. More personal stuff, not trading. I've been trading much less. I had to take care of my mom, and I'm going to be moving her from Europe to Europe again, or from the Caribbean to Europe again for better healthcare. So I've been on and off the charts a lot, and with my mind elsewhere. But yeah, once in a while, I just dip in and see what's presented and snatch my purses and run.
I'm getting older, David, and I want you to know how grateful I am to see that your mom and you have that relationship. It means the world to her. It really does.
Yeah, it's tough to see them like deteriorating, you know. But
yeah, I want you to know that when you were young and she was younger, and I want you to know that. You're making me cry right now thinking about that, brother.
It's like, you know, I have no plans to be moving down to the islands whatsoever, and so I had to make a tough decision and basically forcing her to decide, sort of. Well, it's not forcibly, but
you don't have to tell the whole story. I know it already. I don't. If you don't want to say it public, you don't have to. I know the story. This is for the audience sake.
I just want her somewhere around here where if something's up, I can be there for her. So that's it. And
short and sweet, man. Like, your mom needs you, and you're there for her, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
that's right.
I can do.
I love you, brother, for doing that.
Yeah, thanks, man. Likewise.
I really do. So you've got familial things you're doing. You've been away from the market for a couple weeks. Taking care of family.
On my phone a little bit, you know, but like mostly when extreme dips are there or something like that, or where I think
big inflection points.
Yeah, shorting in like extreme premiums. I'm not a big fan of all-time highs because like it can go further than we think. So
that's right.
The one that's going to be picking tops. So I'll just do it in certain time brackets.
Even put spreads are kind of garbage right now, dude. Like just doing like weekly put spreads fucking have been garbage too. Just no fucking point.
Yeah, the only problem I have with like taking longs and what if I'm struggling with, like, I see the setups, like what happens now. I posted it in the Discord,
Do you think like I feel like there's no edge any which way here. I feel like it's not worth the headaches and the stress and the.
Yeah, so like I see it, but as soon as it gets back to where I entered, I work with really tight stops. I don't even bother taking stops anymore. I just get out on break even. I don't care, and I'll just re-enter higher.
They're not the Bobby Badass though. Like that's why I can't tell these guys like you can do this and you can do that and you can be in and out and like show would fucking. We used to try to do that on the old show, but people would the delay in 14 seconds, man, that was a problem for people.
Yeah, I know it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like
be fucking entering on a top as we're getting out, and I'm just like, fuck this, we're done.
Yeah. And like it also depends on what your system is, right? Like I have a real strict stop management system where I rarely take like even a 2-point stop on ES or something like that.
Right.
So
yeah. Like how do you relay that information over a stream? You can't. Not in the time you need to.
No, and,
you're getting fucking eaten alive.
The worst thing about it, I got rid of all my screens as well at home, so I'm only working with one screen now, dude.
Yeah. That's all I only work with one screen. The rest of the shit that I have here is for the show. Like for me, one screen is all you need.
Yeah, and so honestly, I prefer to even trade on my iPad because it's like easier to see, So
I tried to strip it down for him this morning. This early morning, I was just showing him candles. I'm like, you can just look at this right here and it'll tell you exactly what you need to know. Like you could snap one fucking line across it. That's it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's awesome, right?
It's like, yeah, but like these markets are like a gift to me in that sense. It's like you can think about all the political shit, and I don't care really. I stop watching news as much as possible because it doesn't really matter.
I asked my friend that this week, man.
It's gonna do whatever it needs to do anyways, because otherwise, if we were to follow the news, we wouldn't be trading where we are right now, right? So, and the market is not an economy or whatever. So, it's
My buddy is down. My buddy was my buddy is the guy that I've known for since I was in my early 30s, and he's down the rabbit hole right now. And I was on the phone with him the other night, and I was like, "Are you getting any time away from consuming social media and the news and all that?" And he like stopped for a moment in the conversation, and he's like, "I probably need to, don't I?" I'm like, "You just gotta turn that shit off."
Yeah, it's the best thing you can do.
Just,
it's like
it's meant for.
It's like, and plus, next to that, whenever I hear any of those press briefings or whatever, it just upsets me a lot of times. It's like,
it sucked today because there's no other vol, so they got to use whatever they can get. Right? There's no there's no NFP, there's no fucking data for it to happen. So they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go to Caroline Levitt right now and try to find some volatility from whatever she has to say."
Yeah.
She could have said something smiley when it dropped. It wouldn't matter.
But it's all a blame game anyway, and that's all it is. So, it doesn't really matter what the real subject is. It's just it's always the Democrats' fault, or it's the Republicans.
We didn't even have to listen to her today. They needed a source of volatility today. Like, we'll take anything. You could have just muted her and it would have went down.
No, but the reason why I was short on I wasn't short on ES, by the way. I was short on NASDAQ.
Yeah.
Is because at the open they just bumped into a level where I needed it to break out from, and it just stalled there, right? And you can see on the chart as well that the sick one, which was NASDAQ today, wasn't doing anything, not going up. So when I'm shorting, I'm not trying to pick a top on ES or Dow Jones or the other ones unless a setup presents itself.
I have a question for you real quick, just on the same topic, on the same subject, and on this same thing this morning. What were your thoughts on yesterday's close?
Yesterday's close?
I had to think about it for about a fucking quick minute there to go long.
No, not at all. Because, on ES, look.
They failed that morning. I saw the failure at 12, and I'm like, we're going up here.
Yeah, I know. But the reason why, when I woke up this morning and I see them with a lower opening, for example.
Yep.
And then they retested the previous all-time high from the 22nd of September.
They did that yesterday too, man. Or no, yeah, from Wednesday to Thursday, they had the failure to pop and go, which is normally a setup to fucking sell Thursday, Friday, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, but for me, it's quite simple because what happened on Wednesday is when they closed above the high from Tuesday. Basically, my buy zone is that wick that is on the daily chart, right?
Yeah.
And I look for reversal patterns that emerge from there.
They did the reversal, though. They did the reversal down into fucking Thursday, but it wasn't deep enough, so it was like, back up.
Yeah, and that's fine. So, and for today, I was open for longs, but the thing is what's keeping me out of the longs on ES sort of is because I want NASDAQ to trade a little lower to retest, let's say, the monthly open. And it stopped shy a little bit from it, but the thing is, I don't like buying the closes on Fridays. We've been burned many times on that shit in the past.
Fuck yes, we have, dude. How many times have we been burning that shit?
Yeah. So I would have done it if they, in theory, if they make a new high afternoon, I would say it's still buy the dip.
I got left behind one Monday. I thought we'd get the bump and bump and then roll, and then they just ran it the whole goddamn day up to the fucking close. I was so pissed.
Yeah.
That was a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I would have entered the long here on ES because it's an optimal trade entry. If you grab the high that was made today and the low from
beautiful. It's a gorgeous fucking trade right here.
Yeah, this is a long. So that's why I posted that buy zone in there. And I said, if you're going to go long on ES, it must hold a specific criteria. And I said, at 67, 68, you can scoop a long up The only problem is you need to put your stop far away. You know, it's like if your risk appetite allows it, it's fine. But
well, there's traps in here. I see traps in here too. Like
yeah. But I'm sure they'll pump it up back to the daily open or something like that. You know,
that's
for me. Yeah, and for me, it's quite simple. You know, for next week, the only thing I'm looking at, or actually how we close today, for me is important if they close above 67.82.
Listen to this closely here. Say it again.
If they close above 67.82, I will look for further upside for next week. But on the weekly, it's already done it. It's done everything it needs to do for another bullish week because and that level is 50 or 67.56. It's a previous week high.
It's done everything it needs to do, dude. They could come back and sweep these fucking lows on Monday, but it don't matter. It's going up, in my view.
Yeah, but look where they made the low today. You know, they already retested that low from last week.
That's fair. They did.
So and
I looked at it earlier. I'm like, this is up city, man.
Yeah, and that's fine. The only thing is like usually on the hourly or something like that, I like to see a more aggressive reversal up. Let's say you have like this down close candle that we had, and like I want to see it retrace at least 50% of it for me to look for continuation moves. And now, technically, I need to be open for shorts from let me see, 67.80 approximately.
So what I didn't like was we hit that 60. So on SPY we hit 667, 668, and there was moments where we could roll there. But the trade is to like a failure of 675 to get the bigger roll, and they've been fucking around with it like all past fucking week, dude. It's been like 2 weeks. It's been past 2 goddamn weeks. Like it's been like fake out, go do it. Here's the 67, 68. Okay, let's get 70. Here's the 70, but it's like fake out to get there. Then it's like 672. We got it. And we still like if we hit 70 or we hit near 75 like today, I'd be like fucking just selling this shit. And we're still in this like limbo, dude.
And it doesn't like the thing is that like for me to enter a long near a low, I require a sweep from a previous hour, let's say. And
that's a new low here, guys.
Offer that. Yeah, and it doesn't. If it doesn't do that sweep, that means I need to enter in higher, you know, and that's fine. But that takes hours sometimes to pan out, you know. So, and that is the thing that I struggle with, especially on a Friday. If it doesn't meet, let's say those 4 rules that I have for myself, I keep things very tight. You know, I'm not even going to bother like trying to do some guesswork that we're going to.
It's not there, man. There's incomplete information there for me to.
Oh, that's fine.
And that's what it is. Everybody wants an answer, and I'm like, there's no answer here. I don't know what to say to you. Like there isn't. They want they want it 20. Like, they want it fucking 8 hours a day at every moment. And it's like sometimes there's not enough information. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And other than that, you know, it's like for today, for ES, for example, is that 67.66 is key. Where if they close above it, okay, I'm still open for dips.
Oh yeah, they go up there, dude. We're party town.
Yeah, but if we get like a daily close underneath that level, below the daily open, for example, it's going to be tough for longs. It's, you know, it can take a few days or a few weeks even to get back.
That's what they've been doing the past 2 weeks. Been fucking garbage. Like, and then while that's all going on, everybody's out there going, "That's the top. That's the top. That's the top." I'm like, fucking Christ. I'm like, we're not fucking there yet. Like, we're dicking around here.
I'm the last one that's going to try to pick a top in that sense, because like we've like I'm not going to even start doing that. You know, I need like weekly closes below a previous week low. Before we get there, I'm probably already short and that kind of shit, but probably close already. But you know, tops take weeks to unfold.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen in one day.
I was looking. What? Go ahead.
No, unless like a real event happens that shocks the markets, that's not priced in.
Yeah,
So,
I'm
and it
looking at
hasn't
the
happened.
distribution right now. It's like a fucking, it's like this giant ass distribution that just began, and I don't see it ending until like December or February. It's a big fucking distribution. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's
Well, you can go
fucking
back
massive.
on the chart, you know. It's also the speed it moves away from somewhere. The faster it goes, like probably, you know, the chances are that it's going to rebound some of it at least, you know.
Are you in the islands or are you in the cold? I know it's not cold, but
Yeah, it's cold. It's getting cold.
we're getting chilly at nighttime. I thought we're similar climate, you and I, right? In particular, you and I think are close climate.
Yeah, we're a bit temperate. We're like Seattle.
Yeah, that's we are
We are
too.
much further north though. Like you can I think we're at the height of Halifax or something like that, some shit like that. We're really further up north, but we have a temperate climate.
I think our climate. I think we looked at this once before. So are you in the at home or are you in the islands?
No, I'm at home.
Okay. And what are your plans for the weekend?
This weekend, watch Formula One.
Nice.
Drink some cocktails over the weekend.
I saw the one guy, the fan that hadn't shaved his head. Well, let me ask you a couple questions. And I won't hold you, nobody will hold you to them. As we are right now, is the way higher or lower in the grand scheme of things? Until you get new information.
Time frame, you mean?
Yeah, higher time frame. Are we going to fucking trade 680 and 720 or 700 or what?
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
Unless something changes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And if you were going to, if there was a young trader who is fucking tired of losing, like I did all the things, I was making a bunch of money, then I got really smart, and I started losing a bunch of money because I thought I knew everything, and if they wanted to slow down and become just a profitable trader, what would be their next step, would you think? Paper trade?
My journey.
Journaling?
Like that. I mean, yeah, those are good things. But like, I think the most important part is to figure.
Do you ever go through phases of paper trading?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I still paper trade. I like after I have too many winning streaks, for example, I force myself to like take bad trades that I don't get accustomed to the feeling where I get like and too much confidence in what I do, you know. I try to teach myself to be vigilant and not become cocky, because the problem is that what you're running into, if I've had it in the past, right, where I've had like streaks of like 15, I think my longest streak without taking a loss was like 15 weeks or something like that, and then you start getting cocky and greedy, I would say.
Yeah, it's greed.
Yeah,
that's what I do. I give a lot of money back in greed. Whenever I'm giving money back, it's usually because I've made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking throw a fucking lottery at that fucking thing. I'm gonna throw a lottery at that fucking thing, and
yeah. And so I force myself to feel those emotions again, where I'm like, where I know what it feels like to lose as well, because if I don't do that, for example, it won't like I remind myself at the times when I started trading, and I for some reason I still get that same feeling. I don't like losing in paper either. So I have to remind myself to be humble in that sense, and like, you know, trade what I have in front of me. And
what paper trader do you use?
Well, your CME website has a the app on the phone. There's like the CME has like an app on the phone itself, and you can paper trade on there. And you can do it in TradingView as well. But the problem is I log into my broker on TradingView, so I'm not able to like switch all the time and that kind of shit.
Thinkorswim allows me to do that, switch back and forth from real to paper.
Yeah, no. Well, with me, I have to authenticate because I trade with like a real broker, so I have to constantly authenticate everything I do.
Yeah.
On there, so it's just too much to do. So what I do is on like if I'm not trading, I open it. But when when I just want to paper trade or something like that, I just use the CME app. You know, you can paper trade there for free.
Do you
And you can also trade options on there as well.
There was one other question I had in this paper trading thing, which was do you keep a journal? Do you discuss your new strategies or where they're failing or with other people?
Yeah, I discussed that with like.
Do you keep a record of what you do and stuff? I do. That's why I'm asking.
I stopped doing it because I do the same damn thing every single day. You know, I just like my setup shows up every 30 minutes basically. So
I was thinking about putting on a quarterly trade and then doing like 3 other paper trades and see what the outcomes were on all of them.
Yeah, for for the paper trading and options, I used to do it on option strat.
I use option strat still.
Yeah, but the thing is that like, look, I trade in ETH, so it's a problem with liquidity and that kind of crap as well. You know.
Well, yeah, real money, real pricing, real fills, real.
Even the stops, right?
Yeah.
I stopped placing my stop orders in, and I know I'm gonna like it's a calculated risk I'm taking because let's say if on one candle the Nasdaq dumps 100 points, I've already like saved up to catch that knife in that sense, you know, because in Nasdaq when you trade Nasdaq during ETH and you have your stop in place and the precision that I do it with, you get filled like 20, 30, sometimes like in gold, I got filled $100 away from my stop once.
I don't do the stops anymore. I only do them in my mind, and then I set an email alert. It's like if this is my stop and my real stop is up here, or my stop is there and it's really down there, and
yeah, and then I'm never in a trade where I'm not monitoring it because where I most of the time enter, it's like, you know, I don't long tops. Like, you know, I only do it in retracements or in some sort of discount that is offered. And if it goes against me, even though it might go in the red somehow, I will still put the sell order in on my entry because like even if it moves away, there's like just one candle that just flicks back to my entry real quick and fills me a lot of times.
In the direction that I'm looking for, I will put sell stops on. So like if I'm, let's say I buy, I don't know, I buy $1 for $10, or no, not $1. Like let's say I buy a $5 for a profit of at $10, I'll put that stop on, but I won't put like the $2.50 stop on. Oh
yeah, no, with options it's different. Even, you know, I don't even bother touching those because like
I don't do stops on owning stock either, or ETF stuff. I don't do any stops on that shit. No stops.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get more into the options part of things, but
bleeding into this close right now.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to try to slip us underneath on Monday, Tuesday now because of this price action.
Yeah, it's
get the party started.
On ES, it's really key that that they keep it above where they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, if they close, like it's on a daily open right now, you know.
Yeah, they're gonna try to sweep these lows. I think either now or over the weekend and do the bullshit gotcha moment down here. This is the stuff right here.
Yeah. And that's the thing I always look for because, like, you know, when it moves away quickly like this without like doing the final death trap, I call it, like there is a long setup in this, but the problem is that you still need to take that low into account where they can sweep it and then do like the up move. But for me, it's quite simple. Like the 4-hour candle was like super bearish, and what I'm looking for, like the reason why I was going long was only to look for them to create the next bearish
Oh, we haven't put in the 4-hour candle yet until the close. I forgot.
Yeah, but the one that finishes, because like if you look at futures, they have a different 4-hour candle compared to SPY and SPX.
Let me just look at the daily candle here. I think it is the shooting star, so you're gonna get all the fucking bears over the weekend.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, you know what? Ideal scenario is like if they gap it up and on Monday, I'll be looking for shorts. Yeah, but they still need to create that wick on a daily candle, whether it's a down wick or up wick. It don't matter.
I just want to buy anything down in that 665, man. Anything down there next week, I'm on it. I'm gonna try to buy it.
Let me see what Nasdaq is.
I don't think they can get us down that deep. If they can, though, I trade that 675. That's a 100-point fucking run up there. This is all stretching to me right now.
And the only thing I'm looking for is for Nasdaq to retest that monthly open at 842, and then we'll see how we move away from there again. You know, because
I think we can get it soon. I don't know if we can hit the 75. I hope we can hit the monthly. I want to hit that monthly. I want to hit. I would actually like to hit the trend from the 17th of September, which I think that is the monthly open for the month. That's when I want to execute my quarterly trade. What you're talking about is that sweep.
Yeah, and to be honest, on the monthly, I'm not liking the way it looks right now at the moment. But
I see two openings for a correction in October. The door is there for October and November, but I don't know how low that goes.
Yeah, but I just don't. I think it would be healthy after 7 months of nonstop going up on Nasdaq. It would be good to have some sort of retracement.
I don't think so. I felt like that in July, August, September. I felt like that. I was like, yeah, we could use one right now. But for where we are, I think that we're in the place where the bull run can end early. I think that for the bull run, I'm very bearish after December 31st, and I'm bearish right now overall. But I think that for this last leg, I think there's too many unknowns in like March of next year. I think I do think our economy devolves into next year. So I'm like, if they're gonna do it, they've kind of missed the chance to do it. Unless I get the other thing they could do, dude, would be the blast down, but then violence straight back up again. I'd be fine with that too, I guess. Yeah, that would be like February through April.
I don't even look that far because, like, you know, I'm still sometimes struggling to see what's going to happen in the next 15 minutes. You know, so
yeah.
You know, why even bother?
There's no point, dude. I'm with you on that.
There's no point. Like,
we can
seriously, there is.
We can suck each other off on all that shit all day long. It doesn't mean jack shit when it comes to money.
No. Because in the end, we only need that, like, you know, that 1 hour that is bullish for us to.
That's it, dude. Like fucking.
And we're sitting here talking about like what we're going to do in the next quarter. I'm not a position trader in that sense, so I cannot. There's no way for me to like deploy capital in making a bet where we're going to end up.
They're closing it right now, dude. They're closing this up to go up. Or they haven't completed it yet, but you can clearly, I can clearly see it. That we haven't done it yet, but we're pretty fucking close. To closing that fucking door. I watched them do it at 6,300. I was like, here we fucking go. I'm never gonna get my print on my fucking head chair. I'm like, they're closing the door on. Well, first they closed the door on 3632, 636, 632, and I was like, even there was a moment in the market where I was like, even if we went there, that fucking bottom wick would literally graze me making any money, and I would be in the red, and then it would rip higher, and then they did. Now they're doing it on the 50s and 60s, and I'm like, fuck me. God damn it.
That's crazy.
No,
but it's like it's difficult, and like, you know, it's you're just one tweet away from fucking getting annihilated in any way, you know. It doesn't really matter. But it's like, and I'm like, fuck it. Yeah.
What do you think the risk is? Do you think there's real risk of any kind of like war popping off in the fall here, for the moment, or no? You think we're in any kind of a window for it to start with China and Taiwan, or no?
No idea. Well, talking about positioning, I own two stocks, by the way.
My fear here is that they would pop off and right now and then in China and Taiwan, and then Russia would keep NATO busy with Poland and where you are and all that kind of stuff.
We'll find out when it happens, because that they're preparing. Yeah,
they are
doing it. And in the meantime, I've been long in, for example, in Baba and Baidu for a while because they were in a gutter.
Yeah, Baba was awesome, and JD is looking good again. And
I'm still in with Baidu, but Baba I closed most. I only have like 80 shares left on Baba, but I got in at like crazy, like in fucking.
We called it here. E-Trade and Shorts brought it up, and I just read a big piece on China printing the way out of recession and EMs and all that, emerging markets and stuff.
I mean, these are not like small companies, It's like
no.
fucking half the world population bigger than Amazon and that kind of shit, Well, they fail. Well, who knows? I don't care. But in the meantime, I look plain as like a discount premium, and it was in a gutter. It's been in a gutter for fucking 3 years.
They just started printing money, so they're gonna send it all here and pump their shit, man.
Yeah. And, when everyone starts like buying that shit, I'm offloading. It's like
exactly.
Right now, I have to start looking for new gems somewhere. I have no idea where to look for at the moment because
it's hard to. I have a hard time. I struggle with helping people with the fear that they have in those lows and value, and then they're all buying fucking tops constantly. It's like non-fucking stop call buy or top buying, and I'm like, God damn. And then like one down week, and hey, I just lost 50K, and I'm like, what the fuck did you just lose? Like one down week's wiping you out of the market, like.
But it's also over leveraging, right? So it's like, if you don't do the right position sizing, you're gonna get fucking busted at some point, So.
All right. Well, listen. I've been trying to catch up. I know you and I have been playing phone tag and shit, but if you're back in town, I'll give you. You want to give you a shot? Well, I'll talk to you off the show, but it's already 4 p.m., so I'm gonna try to cut this loose for these guys. But I did want to say to you that I love you and I miss you, and I'm glad to see that everything's going well with your mom. And if you want to say anything to anybody out there, or if you guys want to say anything to David, he's around now, so I'll try to give him a shout. And I want you to have a great weekend, my brother. And tell your husband that I love him too, and that I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot. I appreciate that, and likewise. I think highly of you, and always here to.
Same, my brother. You're my brother, my man, no matter what.
Yeah.
And
I started this shit with fucking Kendall, It's like,
fuck yeah, brother. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I love you, my man. We're gonna end the show right now. That was David AMS. If you don't know him, most of our people do. He's a badass motherfucker. He's probably. I shouldn't even say probably. If I had to look at a futures trader, Globex trader, this is the guy. Nobody else beating this motherfucker. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more of him around town. People come and go because they got other things going on in their lives. So David, I appreciate you showing up today, and I'll try to catch up with you over the weekend.
Yeah, cool. Let's do that.
All right, my brother.
I'm available.
All right.
All right, bro.
Get some sleep, brother. Go to fuck to bed.
No, I will.
All right, later.
It's already 10 o'clock here, so.
You guys all have a wonderful weekend. I'll catch up with you guys on Monday morning. And for the rest of you, I'll have a quarterly outlook for you over the weekend. And I think we're ready to do it. We're kind of wish we had the pullback now to release it, because I want to here's the trade and all that kind of stuff. But we're dragging the market right now. And so I'll talk to you guys over the weekend. David, I love you, man. You guys all have a wonderful weekend.
Just a heads up, that close here is no bueno for me.
No bueno, dude. Nope, they're gonna dump it into Monday morning, Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys on Monday morning, 9:30 in the morning.